just lost a loved one, and the thing that entered your mind is to tell them the Lord gives and takes away. Say it again. No, say it again. Hi everyone, my name is Nene and I'm super excited to have you here today. If you're new, you're welcome. If you're an oldie, hey, you're welcome back. My phone was falling down. Anywho, today we're going to have a conversation because it's been a while we did this sit down type of video. This conversation started off on Instagram. I posted a while ago. If you're not following me on Instagram, be sure to follow me because the kind of conversations I have there, quite good, I should say so myself. So I posted something and asked, what are some things we should stop saying to people that are grieving? Like, what should we stop saying to people that just lost a loved one? What should we stop doing to people that just lost a loved one? I'm going to be sharing some things that people said on Instagram about things we should not say to people grieving, and I'm going to be adding my own thoughts as well. So, Chinelo says, first and foremost, stop asking the person to recount what happened the first time you speak to them. Stop asking them to recount. So what's happened now? How did it happen? I really, like, you know how many times this person is going to recount the story over and over again? It's pretty annoying. So Chinelo is like, do not ask the person to recount their story the first time that you talk to them. And I think this is completely true. If the person wants to tell you what happened or how it happened, the person will, but don't go and start making the person relive the whole experience and tell you the whole story. Because I realize that most people that want to know what happened, how it happened, most of the time they don't really give a care. They don't care. They're just there for gossip. So yeah, stop asking people to recount their experiences. It's annoying. Okay, and then still Chinelo says that next you should stop telling them not to cry. Stop telling them not to cry. It is a painful experience. Allow them to express their grief. Absolutely. That don't cry. I don't understand it. The person just lost someone. Yeah. The person just lost someone. Why should the person not cry? Why? And then Anne also said a similar thing. She explained an experience where she saw a man lose his wife and kids, I think, and he was crying, like he was weeping. And people say, be a man, don't cry, be strong. And she was just telling me in the DM, like, for real, this man just lost his family. You're telling him not to cry. Like, first of all, that whole be a man is crap. It's absolute rubbish. And I've talked about it in one of my videos. That's nonsense. The man lost his family. Can he please cry? So I really find it annoying when people just say, don't cry. The person lost someone. Please let them cry. Let them cry. Oh, another one that I found really interesting was by Miriam. And then she says, people should stop saying, you will be fine. Welcome to the club. Don't cry. Life continues. So she said people should stop saying these things. Now, first of all, it is well. I find that very annoying because people just, it is well, though. Okay. Right now, it's actually not well. It's actually not well right now, but I think my own issue with this whole you will be fine, don't cry, is most people say it with a dismissive tone. Like they say it in a way like they're trying to tell you, you don't do now, no be you where first lose husband, no be you where your pikin first die. So they always say it in this dismissive tone, like it's okay, you'll be fine, and it can be very, very annoying. Like they're trying to shut you up. And I totally get it because a few years ago, I had some very terrible losses in my life. And people would just say, then just leave that one. Leave her, me don't pass. Are you joking? Are you kidding me? So it's very annoying. And then this whole welcome to the club she mentioned. I didn't know that people used to say welcome to the club when you lose someone. Like, when I saw it, I was like, really? What's Miriam saying? Only for someone to send me a DM and tell me that when she lost her dad, people told her, welcome to the club. Welcome to the Fatherless Association. Why are you telling someone welcome to the club when they lose their father or their mother or their child? Welcome to the club of what? If it's that one, now they say me, I will get title because my papa died when I be 8 years old. Yes, I lost my dad when I was 8. So if there's club of fatherless, I should have a medal. Like, why would someone lose their dad and you're telling them welcome to the club? It's pretty annoying. It's very, very annoying. And then this other one. So I got a couple of Osireme says, stop telling people I know how you feel because honestly you don't. Also said, stop telling people I know how you feel. Because the truth is, maybe you have experienced some sort of loss, but that I know how you feel just sounds, I don't know. Maybe use the term I can imagine what you're going through. But now I know how you feel. Like myself, people don't die for my ass. People don't also die for my ass. So me, I don't have the thing they do you. And I think it also depends on your tone because most of these things, to be honest, is actually the tone people use in saying them. I don't have a problem with some of these things, but I think the tone sometimes just comes across as very dismissive, or it almost looks like you're trying to take over the person's situation. At that point, the person is the one grieving, right? Don't now make it about you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then this one, Chichi says, miscarriage. So talking about miscarriage, someone told her at least you had not named the child yet, and she had named her child. So, Chichi had a miscarriage, and people, when she was grieving about her miscarriage, people told her that at least you had not named the child. Meanwhile, she had actually named the child. And whether or not she had named the child, it is ah, that was her child. That is her child. She had a miscarriage, whether it was 3 weeks, whether it was 1 month. She knew she was pregnant. She had already started bonding with the child in her womb. So she's allowed to grieve. Don't go and tell her that after all, you did not name the child. Are you okay? Is everything? So Chichi also said people should stop saying, at least your own is X. This other person had it worse than you. We should stop that nonsense. Stop that nonsense. It's annoying. Someone will say, it's only one child that died in your ass. Oh, I know this person. She lost 15 children. Truth, they're trying to tell you that your own pain is not valid. They're trying to tell you that after all, it's not the worst thing in the world that happened to you. Somebody has it worse than you. Please, if someone lost their family member, their loved one, anyone that they love, their pain is valid and allow them to express their grief. Don't come and tell them a worse story than their own to make them feel like they do not have a right to grieve. Everyone has a right to grieve if they lose a loved one. So please stop all those you get luck now. The one I heard, you get luck now. Say now the pikin die. What if to say you don't pay school fees? The pikin don't grow, don't enter university, pikin can't die. How you for take fee? Because the person lost their child as like an infant. So the person should be happy that after all, the child only died when the child was 1 year old instead of dying when the child was 38. If you say that kind of thing to somebody, are you saying that there's a problem with you? Okay. Another thing that people should stop saying is he gives and takes away. Yes. He gives and takes away. Don't tell me that. You can't tell me he gives and takes away when I'm grieving. No, I'm going to look for frying pan and knock you on the head. The next person that says he gives and takes away and I catch you. See this frying pan? Somebody just lost a loved one. And the thing that entered your mind is to tell them the Lord gives and takes away. Say it again. No, say it again. One thing that you should not do when somebody loses a loved one, do not be the first to announce it on social media, please. Do not be in a hurry. Do not be in a hurry if it is not your family member. I knew of somebody that learned about her mother's death on social media. She opened Facebook, she saw that her mother had died. She did not know, she had not heard. But somebody that loved her mother more than her decided to post it on Facebook. You will wait. If not so you're hungry you to post, you will wait. Let the family members at least know that the person has died. Let them acknowledge that the person has died. Now, that's when, if the person, they now decide to post, or you talk to them and they give you permission to post, because some people don't want their family business out there. But don't just get up. Person don't die. Oh! It's not your brother, it's not your sister, it's not your father, it's not your mother. Nothing like that. You just carry food, just start today. Put picture. Family members never don't finish. They'll call less say person for their family die for top Instagram. Stop it. It's bad behavior. It's bad behavior. So we have learned now that we should not say Stop crying. Stop crying is a no-no. Don't tell the person welcome to the club. Since you are the chairman of Fatherless Club and Orphans Association, stop welcoming people into the club when they lose their loved one. We should stop telling them to recount the situation. Stop telling them, so it happen now, it happen now. Let them start telling you all over again from beginning. Stop it. All those life continues. He gives and takes away. All those things. Can you please stop it? It's annoying. Now that we have said that one, what should we now say to people that are grieving? Don't worry. I also asked this question on Instagram and they gave me answers. You also let us know in the comments, what should people stop saying to people grieving, and then what should we say to people grieving? What can we say to them? What can we do for them? The truth is, I got some responses. So someone said, try and talk as less, don't talk too much, just try and be there for the person. Just try and be there for the person, don't talk too much, just be there, just be available. And then Pat says, if someone loses their loved one, what you can do is just be present, just be there. Okay, say nothing except it is necessary. You need to have filter, buy speech guard. Filter what you say, so just talk when it's absolutely necessary. And then she also says, get them breakfast, get them lunch, because the truth is, when someone loses someone they really love, they get really exhausted, they get hungry, but they're just crying and grieving. So sometimes it's even hard for them to like whip up food to eat, those kinds of things. So get them water. They get dehydrated. Get them water, get them food, buy them food. Just try and be there for them. Render acts of service is another thing that she mentioned. Okay, but just try as much. So just try as much as you can to be present. I think your presence is actually very, very important. So Sheyi says you can just say, accept my condolences, I'm sorry for your loss. Another person said you can simply say you're in my thoughts and prayers. I'm praying for you, but you're in my thoughts. So Anne says, for instance, when someone is grieving, it is more effective for you to say, you must totally feel distraught right now. This is so sad. I can only imagine how you feel that you can't see her again. But instead of saying, and she says, instead of countering what you're hearing and bringing up your own experience, because she says when you bring up your own experience, you make the person feel like they're not being heard. So instead of bringing up, Nigerians, we are very quick. It's not trauma contest. It's not trauma contest, remember. So if the person says, is weeping that they lost their 5-year-old, don't say, I know how you feel. Me, my child, when my child was 17, my own child died. You even get locked safe. Now just die. My own sick before you die. Don't do that. But try and be there for them, not to be doing trauma contest. It's not trauma contest. Just leave in the comment section, what should people stop saying to people grieving, and what should we say to them, and then what should we do for people grieving? I hope this video made sense. Share it and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, thank you for watching.